Hey guys, it's Tammy. So I've had my driver's license since the middle of February, and I thought I would make a video on 10 things I hate that other people do whilst driving. So in Australia, you begin with your learner's license, and basically you have to drive with a parent or an instructor until you go for your P's test. And you have to do a certain amount of hours, and once you do those hours, that's when you can go for your red P's. Once you get your red P's, you can drive by yourself, but the maximum speed limit is only 90. Then you can go for your green P's and you can do 100. And there's all these other things that can happen when you're a green P plater as well. Then once you finish being a green P plater, you can get your full license. So let's get started. Hair change mid-video. Okay, so the first thing I hate is people who don't use blinkers. Oh my goodness, the frustration. Like, I understand if you're not really familiar with the area and then you suddenly put it on, but I'm talking about those people who just never use them. Like the people that, you know, you're following them and they will change lanes, they don't use a blinker. They'll go around a roundabout, they don't use a blinker. They just never use it. And then there's those people who are kind of like a little bit above them where they do use their blinker, but mid-turn. You know those people that are just like, oh yeah, just turning. Oh, forgot to put my blinker on, put it on. Like, obviously you're turning, you don't have to put it on because it's too late now, bucko. The second thing is people who see that you are a P plater, so they think that they have the right of way. So in Australia, there's a lot of, I wouldn't say controversy, but a lot of people will make statements about P plate drivers saying that they're unsafe drivers and whatnot. And this really bugs me because once I got my Ps, I realized that that wasn't the case kind of thing. Like, I'm not one of those people that like is an unsafe driver or anything like that. So I absolutely hate it when people think that they can just cut in front of me and just, you know, not give me the right of way because they see that I am a red P plater. Like, no. So the third one is people who drive insanely close to your car, otherwise known as tailgating. It is the most frustrating thing ever because if I go to slam on my brakes, you're going to go up my butt, which in a way is alright because they have to pay for it anyway. That's if they don't do a, you know, hit and run kind of thing. The fourth one is people who overtake you when you're doing the speed limit. Oh my goodness, this annoys me so much. I will literally be in like a 60 zone and I'm on 60. I'm on 60 and people just like speed past and I'm like, okay, it says 60 over there. I am doing 60. You are definitely not doing 60. So I don't know what makes you think that that's alright for you to do that. Like, I understand where it's somewhere where you can go 100 and with red P platers they can only go 90. I understand that because, you know, that's obviously annoying to have to follow that the whole way, and so when you can overtake, that's a good thing. But when it's literally like a 60 zone and you overtake someone and you are not doing 60, that is so annoying. And what's even funny about that is that there are some people who will overtake you and they will kind of like give you this look as in, oh, you're driving so slow, when it's the speed limit. And it's kind of just like, why are you like looking at me like you're about to kill me when I'm following the law and you're not? Like, I don't understand. So the fifth one is people who just speed in general. I am not one to speed. I mean, I can go over a little bit and then I realize I'm like, oh my goodness, like I'm gonna go to jail kind of thing. But as soon as I realize I go back down to the speed I'm supposed to be going, I'm talking about the people who literally go like 20 k's over what they're supposed to be going, and the people that nearly cause accidents. This scares me so much because there are people on the road that are doing the right thing and they are following the laws, but then there's those stupid people who think that it's safe to speed and they cause accidents, and in a lot of cases the person that caused the accident because of speeding survives it and then the person they've hit doesn't, when that person was just being innocent. So that's what frustrates me so much, that so many lives are lost, so many innocent lives are lost due to people speeding, yet people continue to do it every single day. So the next one is actually the opposite of that one, which is people who drive way under the speed limit. I'm not talking about like, you know, like 10 kilometers under. Well, okay, that can be a little bit annoying, but the ones that are like 20 kilometers under the speed limit, like it'll be a 60 zone and they're going like 40. Like 40 is so slow. I remember when I first started driving and I was going 40, I was like, oh my gosh, slow down. But now that I do 40, like it is so hard for me because it just feels so slow. And what's worse is when you are stuck behind them because there is no overtaking lane. Like, I understand if they're like elderly or something, I'm just like, oh, like bless your soul. But if they're like younger or like my age or like middle age or something, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, you have a foot, use it on the accelerator. Okay, so the next one are people who, okay, let me just present this for you. Little visual. So people, when you are at a set of lights and they're first in line and you're like either behind them or like next to them or whatever, and it's still a red light and you keep seeing them continuously roll forward, then they'll stop, then they'll roll forward, then they'll stop, because they're not patient enough to just sit there whilst the light is red. And as soon as that light turns green, they're like, they are like off like lightning. And it just frustrates me so much though when the light is red and they keep rolling forward. It's just like, oh my gosh, like rolling forward is not going to make the light change any faster. So you just stop, okay? Just put your foot on the brake and stop rolling forward, or I will push you forward. And yeah. The next one is people who don't thank you when you let them in. You know, I'm one of those people who have like road rage inside my car. Like, I don't cause it or anything like that. I just verbally insult everybody. That's a good way of putting it. I verbally insult all of those morons on the road. Like, how hard is raising your hand? Like, it's not that hard. Like, you've been driving. I can see you driving. And you've been driving with one hand this whole time. So putting one in the air isn't going to make you, like, run off the road or anything like that. This is too much for me. Another thing I hate is people who brake for no particular reason. So there can be, like, literally nobody in front of this person, and they just keep putting on the brakes, and they're not even going, like, the speed limit. They're going, like, under, and they keep braking. It's like, what are you braking for? Like, I don't understand. Do you know? I don't know why this person keeps braking. It is so irritating because it's just like you have to keep braking, and it's just kind of like, why are we all braking? I don't understand. I didn't get the memo. So the last thing I hate is people who decide that they can honk when nobody can go. So maybe like when there's traffic or something, and they decide that, oh, I'm gonna honk. Like, that's gonna help, you know? Like, nobody can go, so you honking isn't going to make people go. Like, that just, I don't understand these people. People just get impatient. They're just like, ah. Like, I don't understand. Why would you honk when, like, nobody can go? Like, would you like to get out of your car and walk and maybe go up to the person at the front and be like, excuse me, sir, but, yeah, that was me honking and I'd like you to move your car forward. Like, what? Who do you think you are? So, guys, that was 10 things I hate about driving. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Hey, love.